Welcome to College Chats. Today I'm going to be going over the 4 lessons I've learned from 4 years as a business major. I'll also be going over the mistakes I've made along the way. If any of that sounds interesting to you, definitely stay tuned. Let's get started. First lesson I've learned is to always have a game plan. And now let me explain. When you're transitioning from high school to college, most people treat college the same way as they did high school. But the thing is, it's completely different. Most people enter college because they have a goal in mind, but they sometimes tend to forget that. The goal is to have a career or job lined up. And for that reason, you have to have that goal in front of you at all times so that you can take the necessary steps to get there. My mistake was not doing it. My mistake for the first 2 years of college was literally going to class, going to home, doing whatever leisure activities I had left over at the end of the day. And that was a lot of wasted time. And it was the same way that I treated high school. Lesson 2 is to talk to professionals, and more specifically, talk to 100 professionals. And the reason is, when you first enter college, you're going to suck at talking to people. You're going to suck at talking to students. You're going to suck even more at talking to professionals. So how are you expecting to get jobs or establish a career after college if you don't know how to communicate? You got to do this by building reps, so just start immediately. The best way to do this is by attending job fairs, career fairs, and any professional events that clubs and different organizations hold. One thing that I do want to stress, and this is the mistake that I've made, is when you do go to these events and you do meet these professionals, these are all introductory meetings, right? Make sure that you go up to them, introduce yourself, and ask for a follow-up meeting with them individually. If you hadn't done that, all of the information that piqued your curiosity would just go to the void and it would all go to waste. So please follow up. Lesson 3 is understanding the opportunity cost of your time in college. Imagine that you have 2 personas. One, by the end of 4 years, has a 6-figure job lined up with all the soft and hard skills necessary to do well in the professional world. The other person has no idea what they want to do for a career, has absolutely no job lined up, and they don't have the necessary soft skills or hard skills that they would need in order to navigate an unknown world. Those 2 different personas and that difference in between is what results when you don't understand how much value your time has early on in your college years. When you choose to spend time, let's say, on something unproductive or leisurely, you are basically giving up that same time, that, let's say, minute of time, to doing something productive that can eventually compound. My mistake was not valuing my first 2 years and being able to do things like having a game plan and having that in front of me at all times, being able to talk to 100 professionals and developing my skills. Those things is what I couldn't do because I did something else with that time. Lesson 4 is helping other people, and in my case, it was students. Now, what originally drove my career progression and overall growth was another student and a friend of mine, which lit a spark within me that told me, hey, you need to join this finance club, and that allowed me to progress and compound. You need to be that same person to light that spark in other people. I believe that most students, they do have positive goals in mind, but they tend to sometimes forget that. If you nudge them towards that direction, then they can pick up that path and they can grow exponentially faster. Oh, you're still here? Well, if you want to see more content similar to this, make sure to subscribe below. Thanks.